Hey, you're back. Was the op a success? Were you able to neutralize the Trevorus?
I can't believe they wasted my time on a mission like this.
Well, I hope you don't feel like the whole thing was a waste of time. How about that red case? Were you able to grab whatever was inside?
Here you go. A big, dangerous present from the Black Sun.
Oh, you shouldn't have. Looks like some kind of high-tech prototype blaster. You definitely know how to shop for a lady. I'll take it back to headquarters for analysis. Maybe we can find out where Black Sun is getting their weapons. Looks like we're all done here. It's been a blast, Lieutenant. I hope we get to work together again sometime.
I'll be sure to put your name forward the next time I need backup.
Sounds good to me. See you later.
Come in, Lieutenant. This is General Garza. A situation has developed with the Senate, and I need your help.
You need me to off a senator or something?
No, absolutely not. Tempting as it might be at times like this. Despite my best efforts, 3 members of the Senate Defense Committee have learned about Havoc Squad's defection, and they want to know the specifics. It's an informal inquiry for the time being, but you can bet it won't end there. I hate politics.
We don't have time for this, General.
I'm aware of that, Lieutenant, but we have no choice in the matter. The senators have asked that you appear in their office at the Senate Tower immediately to testify in the inquiry. I'm barred from influencing your testimony, but I will remind you that the more information that becomes public, the harder our job becomes.
Senators won't get anything out of me.
How you testify is your business, Lieutenant. I could never, show wholehearted approval of your decision beforehand. The senators are already waiting for you. Hurry back to the Senate Tower and try to get this over with quickly. Garza out.
As if we didn't have enough problems already.
Lieutenant, make yourself comfortable. On behalf... Lieutenant, make yourself comfortable. On behalf of the Senate of the Galactic Republic, I want to thank you for appearing on such short notice for this informal inquiry.
You think I'd be here if I had any say in the matter?
I assure you, we will not hold you from your duties any longer than necessary, Lieutenant.
The purpose of this inquiry is to investigate the defection of several members of Republic Army Special Forces Squad number 326, codenamed Havoc Squad, to the Sith Empire.
Now, you recently served in Havoc Squad on Ord Mantell, Lieutenant. Is that correct?
That's right, Senator.
While serving on Ord Mantell, all of the members of Havoc Squad, excluding yourself, defected to the Sith Empire. Is that correct?
If you're looking to make a point here, just say it.
Lieutenant, you are a soldier of the Republic, and sworn to obey the commands of the Senate.
Please, we're only trying to discover the truth. If critical members of the Republic Armed Forces have defected, we'll need to take proper precautions.
Now, did Commander Tavis or any of the other members of Havoc Squad show signs of, say, instability, anger, frustration?
I'm afraid I don't know the people you're referring to all that closely, sir.
Lieutenant, you are lying to the Senate of the Galactic Republic.
Please, no one wants this to turn into a full-blown investigation. If you just answer honestly now, we can avoid all of that.
Lieutenant, let us speak hypothetically. Do you believe that anyone serving on Ord Mantell should have seen this situation coming?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure I know what you're referring to.
He refers to the situation in which your entire squad defected to the Sith Empire. And then you failed to aid a Senate investigation into the matter.
If we don't receive satisfactory answers now, we'll have no choice but to open a formal investigation.
I have one final question, Lieutenant. What connection, if any, exists between the events that occurred on Ando Prime and Havoc Squad's decision to defect?
Senator, I would remind you that the circumstances of Ando Prime are classified and occurred before the Lieutenant's involvement in Havoc Squad. You may ignore that question, Lieutenant.
Are we through here?
Your part in this inquiry is concluded. You may return to your duties now.
Goodbye, Lieutenant.
Up and at 'em. Here.
It's good you've arrived, Lieutenant. We have a great deal to discuss. First, let me congratulate you for your work on the Black Sun operation. You did well disabling that nerve gas. Also, that prototype blaster you confiscated will teach us a great deal about the Black Sun sources.
That blaster would have been a lot more useful in my hands than in a lab.
We don't know where that weapon came from, Lieutenant. Relying on it for your missions would be risky at best. As for the senators, they weren't very happy with your testimony. Useless and disrespectful were the words they used, actually.
Glad to hear I made an impression.
But it's a fine line we walk, Lieutenant. Making the Senate too angry could have dire consequences. On to more pressing issues. My agents have discovered a vital new link to Havoc Squad here on Coruscant. Jack Carden, the founder of Havoc Squad and Commander Tavis's former mentor, has been spotted on the city's lower levels. He's serving as an officer in a local vigilante group.
This guy's on Coruscant, and we didn't know until now?
No one knew where Carden had gone. The man is a ghost. Carden resigned his commission and disappeared after the debacle on Ando Prime. If he's turned up now, it can't be a coincidence.
Tavis told me that Ando Prime was the reason for Havoc's defection. What happened on that planet?
We sent Havoc to Ando Prime to cut off an Imperial offensive, but the enemy numbers were much bigger than Intel had led us to believe. When we tried to dispatch an extraction team, the Senate shut down the entire operation. We were causing an incident and breaching the peace. Bureaucrats. Havoc was left with no support and no way home. But in spite of insurmountable odds, Carden led Havoc out of there alive.
Havoc Squad really was betrayed by the Senate.
They were put in a terrible situation, Lieutenant, but that doesn't excuse their actions. Carden resigned as soon as he learned the truth, and Tavis took over the squad. They were never quite the same. What is important now is that we've discovered Jack Carden's location. I want you to bring him in at all costs.
You don't want me to take Carden out?
If possible, I'd like you to capture Carden alive. If he is involved in the defection, he could provide us with invaluable intelligence. The vigilante group Carden is working with is called the Justicars Brigade. They control a large area of Coruscant's lower levels and are openly hostile to all outsiders.
There's nobody I can't handle.
Our surveillance shows that Carden spends most of his time in the Justicars' main base. You will attempt to capture him there. Carden is a crucial link to Tavis and the rest of the Havoc traders, Lieutenant. Bring him in no matter what it takes.
I'll bet I won't even break a sweat.
Carden led the best soldiers in the entire Republic. Don't underestimate him. I'm counting on you, Lieutenant. Dismissed.